we are absolutely exposing Subway Eat Flesh. And did you know that their primary spokesperson, Jared Fogle, got arrested for multiple counts of crimes against children, including his admission to thousands of explicit material, including children, and traveling to meet minors. Now, some of these victims were under 6 years old. He was in coalition with Russell Taylor, who ran his charity, and Russell Taylor produced explicit child material. That's not all. Subway has multiple cases all over the news of people finding actual human teeth in their food. So let me ask you something. Why would you eat here ever again? Subscribe to this channel if you want me to expose more of the satanic fast food industry. Y'all bless.
They're putting human-derived additives in your food, and I told you this 5 years ago, but my video got removed, so listen to this.
There's a list of companies that are using human fetal cells from aborted babies as a flavor enhancement in our food supply.
Pepsi was busted for doing that. Pepsi was using that as a flavor enhancer in their cola.
Yeah, PepsiCo is certainly one of them, but the list is very long, and it's important for everybody to download the flyer that we have on StopTheCrime.net so you don't consume this aborted fetal tissue. What does it do? Well, it incites anger, and it literally rewires our brain as we cannibalize ourselves. The same thing, of course, which happened with mad cow disease when they were grinding up roadkill and other cattle and feeding it to the cattle.
I'm here at Krusty Burger for the launch of the highly anticipated Burger Squared. Krusty, what can you tell us about this fantastic new sandwich?
I'm glad you asked, Kent. We start with grade A beef, feed that to other cows, then kill them and serve the unholy results on a 7-grain bun. Burger Squared!
The math checks out.
Cows eating cows? That's an abomination.
No, Lisa, you're a vegetarian, but these cows have made a different choice.
And now this lucky reporter will be the first human to sample this delicious crime against nature. Juicy, flavorful, with just a hint of...
Hey, that's my check-cashing arm, you stupid girl.
A little tip, you might want to wash me before you eat me.
Thank you.
We're being fed our own species, and we must know the products that are certainly implementing this. So I'm going to just read some of this to you now. But again, I caution you when you type in the list of companies using fetal cells from aborted babies, which you can do. Again, the list of companies using fetal cells from aborted babies. You're going to see a very disturbing photograph. But Cinemix is listed on its website, and its partners decided to ignore the letter from the Right to Life group that was certainly organizing against the use of humans in the food supply. And sadly, the Right for Life group lost their bid to stop this during the Obama administration. Now remember, it doesn't matter who's president. Anyone could have been president at that time. We're a corporate structure. We're run by the corporation, and certainly PepsiCo is a massive corporation.
Hey, but comment the word join if you want the detailed protocols for every disease and illness so you can cleanse this nonsense up out of your body, and for the full list of every company and the ingredient name of what they're using and how they disguise it. Share this to your story.
When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen. Quite literally.
They're putting the same ingredients in your bottled water that they use to cause cardiac arrest for people with the death penalty, and the same ingredients used to create concrete, gasoline, and oil. I told you this 5 years ago, but the video got removed. Listen up.
Walmart water tasted funny. I didn't look what's in there. Calcium chloride. Guess who puts out calcium chloride? Look what it's for. Now, if you look down at the bottom right, it says like de-icer for your car and something else. This ain't for drinking. Why is they're messing with drinking water? Hey, man, this stuff's going back to the store. They're trying to kill us. That's crazy. What need to be in the water? They didn't. I'd say
it is my belief and my awareness that there is a depopulation agenda between now and the year 2050. If you were going to make a massive amount of people around the entire globe sick, if you were going to do that, and at the same time you're going to lock them down, what do they have control of going into your home while you're locked down in there? Water. You can actually see for our water treatment that we drink and we shower in their proprietary blends, they include a protein called E-carry. That is a snake venom component that elicits blood clotting. You need to go look for venom. They are poisoning us. You need to look at the water. If you want to make sure your family's going to stay healthy, you got to make sure the air you breathe, the water you drink, and the food you eat is clean.
A lot of y'all been drinking this water, so comment the word join to get the detailed herbal protocol to cleanse these ingredients up out of your body and to reverse all issues, all health issues for you or your family members. Comment the word join and share this video to your story to warn somebody.
Jimbo, why don't you assist Lunch Lady Doris in the kitchen?
Bite me, Skinner.
Well, might we?
It's hard for me to clean this giant pot when you keep spilling meat tenderizer all over me. Oh, great! Now I gotta work in the dark!
You remember me telling Jimbo Jones that I'd make something of him one day?
Are you saying you killed Jimbo, processed his carcass, and served him for lunch?
See that big yellow M behind me? Yeah, that's the one. Today we're kicking off my little mission to expose McDonald's. I promise it's not as scary as it sounds, more like fries with the side of facts.
We steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country.
We steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country. Easy there, young man. You only make yourself tired and stringy. Now, to check on the free-range children. We steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country.
You are mine, little one.
And we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover bread. And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger.
And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger.
Whoa!
Don't worry, guys. Something always comes along to save us.
And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger.
McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets.
McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets.
And the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat it, their children for lunch. And, you know, as Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do.
As Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do. As Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do.
The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wixom, and me, Rabbi Eddie Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
We both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways. We both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we? Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
You think you can escape me? Even now, my armies surround all the cities of Earth. This is the final battle. My armies will crush all of those that follow God, and you all will feel my anger.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between two forces, don't we? Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
Jaime, this is what's left of the FBI evidence recovery team inside this car. And take a look at this vehicle. We believe this is the owner of the business just returning to take back possession of his business. More on that in a second. But take a look. Another busy day out here on Detroit's east side, just down the road from City Airport. Sources say they have removed several boxes of what is believed to be human remains. Sources say many, many people. This was a big operation. And get this, inside this business, a saw used to cut up bodies, it is believed. All taken away as evidence to the Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office, where it will be tested. This business is known as International Biological. It advertised as a medical educational service provider. The owner is Art Rathburn. He has a mortician license, has had in Michigan since 1982.
And got a 10-piece for my 6-year-old, and she bit down one of her chicken nuggets, and she says that, you know, she hurt her teeth. And so I'm looking at it, and I pulled this out. She pulls this out. She hands it to me, Kay. And I'm freaking out. Baby, where's your tooth? What happened? How'd you lose a tooth? How did you lose a tooth in your chicken nuggets? It's not her tooth, y'all.
There's this video of this rabbi from a couple decades ago, and he was bragging about how they grind up children and they put them in the McDonald's meat.
I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country, and we drain their blood and we mix it with a Passover bread, and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own, and we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat it, their children for lunch. Us Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do.
It makes a lot of sense because McDonald's, the amount of burgers that they serve, there's not even that many cows in the world for them to serve that. And there have been studies showing that there is human DNA and even like rat DNA in a lot of these McDonald's burgers.
Wow.
But what these elite people are doing is they're taking children, because hundreds of thousands of kids go missing every year in America, and you can't bury hundreds of thousands of kids in cemeteries every year. So what they do is they use this fast food to dispose of them, and we are like the garbage disposal for these trafficked children. And you don't even feel good after eating it because your body is rejecting it, because we weren't made to eat ground up children.
100 to 300,000 children a year.
Doesn't look very appetizing now.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
and then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo no estaba enterada de nada. Que había, o sea, de los asesinatos sí, pero que habían comido humanos. ¡Humanos!
I want to know how I've been sitting here eating this meat and I notice a row of teeth in my and that ain't it. They got the top and bottom jaw in my I just sat here and ate this food and bit into somebody's molar. And I'm saying somebody because I don't know if this is an animal or a fucking human in this bowl of meat. Am I a cannibal? What is it, carnivore? What is going on? What's going on, honestly? A row of teeth?
This woman found a truck full of children's bodies. I mean, this is horrible. The horrifying incident took place at a gas station in Michoacan, Mexico, where the woman worked inspecting semi-trucks. But on this day, this specific truck pulled in and something seemed very off about the driver. He was very nervous, tense, and sweating profusely. The woman noticed that the truck's back door was slightly open, so she decided to take a look. She slowly opened the door and immediately burst into tears. Inside were hundreds of children's bodies piled on top of each other like food. She also saw a lot of blood on the floor, and that's when she noticed black plastic bags, and when she took a closer look, she noticed they were stuffed with severed limbs. They were filled with small arms, legs, and even heads. This video was taken shortly after, and she is seen gasping for air and can barely even stand up. And what's even more horrifying, just days after this video surfaced, this woman was found chopped up in a suitcase left in a parking lot. And next to her remains was a message saying, "This is what happens when you saw what you shouldn't have."
We steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country. And we drain their blood and we mix it with the Passover bread. And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets.
So this is what we found in Kimberly's cheeseburger.
Went to McDonald's.
I got 2 teeth on the dash.
Oh, hell no.
Jimbo, why don't you assist lunch lady Doris in the kitchen?
My McDonald's burger, it looks like it's a tooth.
Or part of a tooth.
Sausage McGriddle and a large orange juice.
So I went to McDonald's for breakfast.
Couple bites.
This sandwich tastes so young and impudent.
It's hard as a rock.
Bit into it, and then as I was like, chewing.
Took my girls to go get their normal Happy Meals and got a 10-piece.
What's this?
Is that?
In others, she bit down into one of her chicken nuggets.
The tooth in my food.
She pulls this out. She hands it to me, Kay.
That wasn't a bit of the burger. That right there.
This is not my baby's tooth.
Are you saying you killed Jimbo, processed his carcass, and served him for lunch?
Когда идешь мимо магазина мяса и видишь вот такую ногу, и думаешь, this is human, yes, bro? Human. Pakistan, Pakistanistан. Понятно. Okay, Pakistan.
Putting baby human-derived additives in your food, and I told you this 6 years ago, but my video got removed, so listen to this.
Go and research the word Cenomix, okay? Cenomix is a transnational company that creates flavor enhancement for products for transnational companies like Pepsi, Kraft, Nestle, Campbell's. And what they've been doing is that they grabbed kidney cells from human aborted fetuses. So they grab these kidney cell lines, las células sanguíneas de los riñones de bebés abortados, and in laboratory they replicate these cells and they put them in all your products. What products are we talking about? Well, we're talking about your Gatorade. Drink some aborted babies. Yes, seriously. We're talking about Lay's chips. Yeah, that's why they taste so good, don't they? Pepsi products, all right? Tropicana juice and Dasani water, Minute Maid. We have to not consume anything from these companies. And tell them that we're going to participate in their instinct ritual.
Hey, but comment the word join if you want the detailed herbal protocol for every disease and illness so you can cleanse this nonsense up out of your body, and for the full list of the foods that they're putting this in and what the ingredients names are, and share this to warn a friend.
What? Are you serious?
They just made meat from your number 2. Japanese scientists have developed a method to create edible steaks from human feces. Unbelievable? Well, it's happening. Mitsuyuki Aikida, a researcher at the Okoyama laboratory, collaborated with Tokyo Sewage to address sewage mud excess. They discovered the content in the mud contains high protein due to bacteria. So, the team isolated and combined these proteins with a reaction enhancer. Result? Synthetic steak. The meat comprises of 63% protein, 25% carbs, 3% lipids, and 9% minerals. And it's visually enhanced with food coloring for a red hue and improved flavor using soy protein.
Comment the word join for the detailed herbal protocol for every disease and share this video.
Please stop eating it. Let me show y'all a little something, okay? Pay attention. Nuggets. Look at that. Look at that. That's what's in these nuggets. I know y'all like y'all's hot and spicy, but look at that. Look, even your desserts, your apple pies. Watch out, man. Even your fucking McGriddles, man. Look, let's think about it. I'm just trying to tell y'all, let y'all know. Because y'all don't get to see these ingredients, so. Stop eating this shit, okay?
The Cheetos are tainted. I know it's not relevant to the page, it's just a friendly PSA. If y'all know who this is, please tag him below. He has ruined so many foods for me. There is no reason a fried food or whatever, a baked, should have living organisms in it. It looks fine right now, right? Now. That is disgusting. How? My question is, have they always been there? Or is this something new? If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
News.
news. A shocking crisis is unfolding across the U.S. Millions of Coca-Cola bottles may be linked to severe and unexpected health reactions. What should be a simple, refreshing drink is now sending families to the hospital. Within hours of consumption, patients have reported purple spots, burning sensations, and sudden painful cuts on their skin. Doctors say this isn't a normal allergy, but a violent chemical reaction triggered by unstable ingredients inside the body. Confirmed cases have already surfaced in California and Texas, with Ohio and Florida reporting similar symptoms. The FDA and CDC have classified the situation as a serious public health threat. Children and the elderly face the greatest danger, and in some cases, the effects could be life-threatening. What's most terrifying is the lack of warning. One moment you think you're enjoying a soda, the next you're battling injuries that feel impossible to control. Experts are urging even small amounts could be enough to trigger these reactions. This is no longer just about a beverage, it's about safety and trust.
I told you the food you're feeding your kids are poison. Listen.
Don't eat at Dairy Queen. Don't eat at McDonald's. Don't eat at Chick-fil-A. Don't eat at Burger King. Don't eat that chemical warfare. Thank God for Robert Kennedy Jr. going to ban putting chemical warfare in our foods and medicine. So finally, in 2025, after the Ronald McDonald Cancer House and all these bald-headed kids having chemo and radiation because McDonald's poisoned them, Burger King poisoned them, Kellogg's poisoned them, Post cereal poisoned them, Chick-fil-A poisoned them, all these colored drinks poison the kids, and then they charge us to treat their cancer. Cancer is an industry.
You found a cure for cancer? I didn't come up with it. A couple of eggheads I hired did. How long have you had this? I don't know. When was that Who Let the Dogs Out song? You've had this since 1999? Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this? I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
Quit eating poison. Get the chemical warfare out of your kids' diet.
Hey, but comment the word join for the detailed herbal protocol for every disease and to cleanse these toxins up out of your body. All right, comment, join, and check your DM and share this to your story.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos!
Because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found.
The Order of the Illuminati loves to taunt the profane by placing their sacred symbols in plain sight. Their symbols are all around us. They're part of our landscape. They're even on our money. Corporate logos. They appear throughout pop culture, from music to movies and television, even children's cartoons. Only Illuminati insiders know the symbol's true meaning. In the book Morals and Dogma, Sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite and 33rd degree Freemason Albert Pike wrote, "Masonry, like all the religions, all the mysteries, Hermeticism and alchemy, conceals its secrets from all except the adepts and sages, or the elect, and uses false explanations and misinterpretations of its symbols to mislead those who deserve only to be misled, to conceal the truth, which it calls light, from them, and to draw them away from it."
World is in the perfect position for the man of sin to arrive and rescue everybody, to save everybody, to expose all of these elites, to expose this globalist order that consumes babies. And all these little breadcrumbs that they're dropping, these Epstein files that so many of you are just gobbling up, not only are they a distraction from whatever else is going on, but they are being done strategically. They are being dropped intentionally to get the world sick and tired, to get the world fed up, to get the world disgusted at this satanic system, so that when the AC arrives and exposes it all and tears it all down, he will be seen as a Christian. He will be seen as doing the Lord's work, because he's tearing down a satanic system that everybody is sick of. And see, what the enemy is doing is he is propping up people on the world stage to do that exact thing, but on a much smaller scale. And when they do, they are instantly seen as a Christian. They are instantly seen as somebody who is saved. They are instantly seen as somebody who follows Jesus, because they are now on our side. They are talking about the evil. How can they not be saved? How can they not be a Christian? How can they serve Satan when they are talking about the very system? See, I think the church has just forgotten that the Word of God warns us that Satan masquerades as an angel of light, that his followers masquerade as servants of righteousness. And see, that paves the way for the Antichrist, because when he steps out onto the scene, he's going to expose and tear down the satanic system, and the world is going to applaud him because he's a Christian. He's tearing down evil. I addressed this on my X account, and half the comment section now thinks she's Christian. Half the comment section thinks that she's saved, that she's on our side now because she's addressing the evil. Satan is crafty, y'all. He is clever, and he masquerades as an angel of light.
Chapter 24. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of the Lord. They shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even the name of the Lord God of Israel in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me! The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously, yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancients gloriously. For God so loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For every one that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God.
Thank you.